Denver. 49ers start tonight with the ball. Debo is out to about the 38, maybe the 39. It is on their offensive line to start the game.
We talked to Kyle Shanahan yesterday, and even he wasn't certain who was going to be starting.
And McKivitz is good enough to give it a go out at right tackle. He was really iffy all week. Here's a pass caught by Conley. And
often as possible.
Here is Debo with a carry out of the backfield coming off.
Had those injuries at the running back position, but that's really where he's most effective.
Here's another one. Getting it on that little toss around the right side, and Debo's got a first down.
Protect this offensive line. He's got to be able to stick with the running game.
Purdy Capes finds Kittle. He's got a first down. Guerendo flips it, able to hang on as Ricky Pearsall. Got around 49ers giving the Lions some of their own medicine. No team better at that than Detroit. Here's a toss. Guerendo left side.
Gone as well as Kyle Shanahan could have hoped for.
Purdy keeps, gets pushed. Purdy again, and he got it. First and goal. Guerendo. Way out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, away from everything. Jauan Jennings, he's blocking, and he just continues through the whistle and out the back of the end zone. And Terrian, I mean, there they go. Yeah, Kirby Joseph, he comes in and
rolling left. Purdy throws, caught.
Because he got into the end zone, and then he comes back as he catches it when he has control. It's a question, Russ, right on his chest.
Before the challenge flag was thrown, replay assistance provided information that it is a touchdown.
It the same way, and I'm not surprised that Dan Campbell has said that, and that's been the message to this team all week, and that's what they're here to do.
Tom Kennedy on the return is out 30 passing yards a game.
Well, I mean, he's the reason they're where they are and what they've been able to accomplish.
Jameson Williams and Jameson Williams, 2nd and 7. Here is Gibbs. Runs into D. Win.
To come away with that touchdown against this defense, that's a bit of a concern.
Gibbs has got a first down
for themselves.
Gibbs gets it. Goff just able to get it to him, and a big carry by Hunt.
And Jahmyr Gibbs coming off the big game last week. He can certainly carry the load.
Jameson Williams looked like he was going to throw it.
Was able to just try to get what he could, which wasn't anything.
After that loss of 5, flags fly. Reynolds on the catch. Down the sideline and out of bounds near the 10.
Illegal contact, defense number 0. This penalty is declined as the play results in a first down.
That's a lot of beef over on that left side of the line.
Jefferson runs behind it.
On the ball, I would have gone to that left side as well.
Skipper and Mahogany both over 320. Here's Jefferson. Williams gets it, looking for a block. Touchdown, Lions.
49ers, and no one was there.
Extra point is blocked. And now Warner's going to pick it up and try and go downfield. Kings next Sunday night. Play action to Guerendo, and the flag flies as Purdy is brought down.
Holding, defense number 69.
A sack and a loss of 3 that moves the ball up to the 35.
Yeah, that's what I thought here, Joe.
Guerendo able to secure that toss. To play there, 2nd and 9. Purdy, Guerendo broke 1 tackle.
They know they're going to be facing some good offenses in the NFL, so this is a big test against an offense that's...
Pearsall juggling catch, and he secured it going out of bounds.
That's such a great job by Brock Purdy. It's a job by both the quarterback and wide receiver.
Now Guerendo broke a couple of tackles on his way.
Bobby Slowick. So Bobby Slowick had been in this offense, so a lot of the same terminology.
Here's Kittle wide open against the end of the first quarter. And they may have just gotten it. George Kittle is up over 1,000 yards for the season. Rematch of last season's NFC champ game. And a 7-6 49ers lead. First down and 5. The ball at the 9. Purdy keeps. Juszczyk gets a block and in for the touchdown.
Take a closer look here and see if in fact he did get in, and he sure did.
Illegal formation, number 40 of the receiving team. This penalty is 5 yards from the 30. It's first and 10 from the 25.
Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, and Ifeatu Melifonwu. Here is Laporta. And handoff to Gibbs.
Rest a little bit before that big showdown next week. It's the only reason I would look at it maybe a little bit differently.
Goff is able to complete for the first. Gibbs cuts back. And a nice gain on first down.
Get labeled in this league. He can run tough between the tackles.
Here's another example as he cuts back. It's a first down plus. Averaging over 6 yards of play. We have yet to see either defense show up. First down, Detroit. Flag on the play as Laporta gets hit at the beginning of the play.
Holding. Offense number 58.
Right tackle.
This is a pretty good matchup. This is one-on-one, and it's Nick Bosa. And I mean, that's worth the price of admission here tonight, without losing a key player as well.
First down and 20, and Goff had to get off his spot, and down he goes.
But that's pretty impressive play by Nick Bosa.
Got hit by his teammate Sam Okuwanu. In the 10 now. Here's Gibbs. Gets rid of one tackle. It's third down and 12. Goff. Here's a little lateral to Williams, and he's down the sideline and gone for a touchdown.
These plays, they work. And Sam Laporta, no one's going to be talking about him, but he's the guy who's out in front and helps kind of seal it enough. And with the speed then of Jameson Williams.
And they get the touchdown. Ben Johnson and his staff, they put these plays in on Wednesday to get the team fired up. Amon-Ra St. Brown with Jameson Williams flying down the sideline. 14-13 49ers.
Up against the wounded offensive attack, and this offense is going right through him. That he can't hold the ball. He's got to get the ball out of his hands. Fortunately for them, they've run the ball pretty well.
Here's a first down carry by Guerendo. He is a big man.
Play, because that's Bosa plays, so you're going to play. And McKivitz, fortunately, was able to go.
Somehow, like sleight of hand, Ifeatu Melifonwu made that hit. His second game back off IR. Here's Purdy. Protected, airs it out, looking for Pearsall's. Got him. Catch made inside the 10.
They know they have man coverage here, so they're going to run bodies up and confuse. So they run a natural pick then that freed Pearsall up for the big play down the field. Hold it and let Pearsall get down the field.
Costa Guerendo broke a tackle.
Run a natural pick on Terrion Arnold, and they get the big play.
Now second down and goal. Purdy fakes the throw into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers.
It's pretty good stuff by Brock Purdy, and once again the offensive protection up front, and he's able to kind of get through his read, sees it opens up. They're putting on here in this first half.
Hand off to Gibbs. Offensive line coach, what a job he's done with this group. Second down and 12, and that is a perfect throw to Gibbs. Hit in stride.
Could run after the catch.
Sounds like you might have thrown a few of those in your day.
That's a pretty good staple play.
Here's Goff just getting rid of the ball. It was an incomplete
Green play, but he's trying to block and help out, but smart. and getting it out. Really headsy play by Goff.
Play action. Catch made by Gibbs trying to.
They like to run the ball in these situations. Well, they're going to throw it here.
On 3rd and 3, spinning catch for 5 on 3rd down, converting. Hand off to Reynolds. Nice hole for Craig Ryan. Dan Skipper back in there. Handoff is to Reynolds.
It's this one. They can play any kind of game you want to play on offense.
Another 1st down.
Single.
He would sure hate to lose him. What a night he had.
Here is Texans playing for the 49ers. Fake toss. Amon-Ra St. Brown out on the outside.
Be calling something on 4th down.
Gibbs. Short. End zone. Incomplete. Finally a defensive stop. And Renardo Green, the rookie 2nd-round pick from Florida State, getting better and went 1 for 3 to Dan Campbell on 4th down in that game. Here's Purdy. He's in trouble. And just able to get rid of it.
It's going to be what he continues to do, certainly through the postseason.
Purdy able to get rid of it. Airs it out for Guerendo.
Do this a lot with Christian McCaffrey.
Here's Guerendo again. That 40-yard completion. 2nd and 2. Pearsall
On more heavily.
49ers able to continually stop the clock here. They have just the 1 timeout remaining, and here's another example of that.
Another one of those guys are getting right back on the line.
And Purdy is able to clock it. Blowing the play dead. And then the announcement by Sean Hockley on his way over. Yeah. Russell Yerk was saying it was a fumble out of bounds, so we're going to start the clock.
Right. The ball is dead when the ball goes out of bounds, but because it was a fumble that went out of bounds, the clock is started again when the ball is returned back inbound. So it was properly handled.
We saw
3rd down and 2. They're in field goal range right now. Over the middle, it's Kittle. Catch and run. Big George, flag on the play.
Pass interference. Offense number 19.
Fall, I guess, into the category of a pick.
Yeah, they're again, they got the man coverage, and if he didn't sell it, cute it the way you'd hope they would.
They still have a timeout remaining. Quick throw, Kittle. Pushed wide right.
The way they did, and only to come up with no points. It's happened too many times.
The Lions will receive the 2nd half kickoff, and they will be trailing by 8 as we send it down to Lisa. Moody will kick it away. Tom Kennedy on the return.
Staff, but they get a chance. It's going to be important, certainly for Detroit. Kind of clean some things up.
Just a perfect.
You got Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's a little hobbled coming back to the huddle after this catch. But you see 2 defenders right there, and he's able to foul to USC and what he's been able to do.
Play action from Goff, and here he is on this side. He is so tough.
Player, and he has been that. He's been everything, actually, whatever they want him to do.
Here's post.
And Amon-Ra St. Brown than any receiver he's played with. That's high praise.
Here's a strong catch.
Here he has worked his way into a really promising wide receiver running excellent routes.
Here is Gibbs breaking 1 tackle, but
and now nobody should be able to cover this guy with the speed that he has, and right now they're not able to. As soon as someone with speed realizes that, they're virtually unstoppable, and that's what Jameson Williams is learning.
Here's a catch down the sideline
that they've had on the defensive side of the ball.
That was 21 yards, another perfect throw. Here's one for St. Brown. 2nd down and goal. Handoff is to Gibbs, and there's not much. Quick throw, touchdown, Laporta. Goff. It's good. See what they're doing with the Lions.
Just a lot of good decisions, hiring a lot of good people. People make a difference. The one that we didn't mention, Joe, is Chris Spillman and the impact he's had on this organization.
For a long time.
About that, when you start talking to him about what his future might be, these are hard situations to leave.
Here is G.
They've been fun to watch, this rebuild that they've had.
Durendo, a nice run.
And, you know, their time is now.
Here is a wide open Pearsall. Spinning down inside it.
And there's no, you got the outside guy clearing through the middle and a whole lot of field out in front of Pearsall.
Play action, Kittle breaks a tackle and still rolling. Kittle down to the 5.
Guys that with their skins on the wall could have every reason to just shut it down and won't.
Purdy just got rid of it.
And he's right there at the forefront of it all.
Little pop to Debo, touchdown.
They didn't have this play in the offense when I played. I wish they had him. I'd have had more than 11 touchdowns in a season. But that's a great job by Debo.
Blended in, and that offensive line, as you said, is as makeshift as it is, has been good enough against the Lions here tonight. Here is Kennedy on the return. 28-21, play action. Goff protected. Gibbs on the catch. A great move.
Montgomery brings the toughness to this group that the entire offense feeds off of, but Gibbs can do it all as well.
He just delivered a block, and Laporta makes the catch. Plus.
There is no foul on the play. The result of the play is first down.
On 89. Handoff is to Reynolds.
A lot of teams have been decimated with injuries this year.
Here's Williams and Sam Darnold. And the Vikings next Sunday night. Here's Goff. Down he goes. 57-yard drive by Bates. And he got it. The Tampa Bay Bucks and the Atlanta Falcons, with the Bucks having control of that. If they get a win, they get the division. And the number 4 seed. Here is Debo in the playoffs. That would take a win next week over the Vikings. Purdy for Kittle. Pass interference. As
they didn't have to either, because this ball was pretty far down. Of course, Branch doesn't know that, but he's coming over there to.
That's 18 defensive pass interference calls against this group from Detroit. That's a pick. Bad throw from Purdy, and it's Kirby Joseph with his 8th interception of the year, and that was a gift.
Of these tonight, but a throw that gets away from Brock Purdy. Good route, just sails on him, and you've got a middle safety, and options have come from the safety position this year.
Play action from Goff. Williams nicely. Matter much? There was no misdirection. They're out there playing and trying to win this ball game. Here's Reynolds. First down.
That he has built. Some people may disagree with it, but hard to argue with the success.
Here is Reynolds. He was able to.
And a lot of wear and tear. This is a football team that they need a break. So the number 1 seed is really important to them.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Lucky.
First down and goal. Jefferson.
With that either, and he knew the start of this season was going to be challenging because of Dre coming off of that injury.
Play action, second and goal all day. Third down and goal. Backing up, and Goff. Amon-Ra St. Brown, touchdown.
You see Amon-Ra St. Brown, and he just runs a little bit of a pivot route, and you've got Bernardo Green, who is out there and just busts the coverage. And Bernardo Green, the rookie, he has had a really solid year.
Half good, half not so good.
Well, it's boom or bust. They either don't make the playoffs or they make the championship game, one or the other.
Here's Kittle. As for the first time tonight, the 49ers trail in the ball game 31-28. Fourth quarter coming up. 49ers with the ball down 3. entering the fourth quarter. They lead tonight, 2nd and 1. Guerrero. Purdy lets it fly. Able to complete.
Kittle's having.
Here's a little razzle-dazzle. Pearsall just throws it away.
Whether it's open or not. And that's what a lot of these guys, they just don't get that opportunity very often. Showed some real restraint.
Here they come. 49ers pick it up, and that is incomplete.
Creates a little separation there, but the ball had to be out on the boundary for him to have a chance.
He missed.
And just make it. That's kind of what. That's all he knows to say.
Here is Gibbs spinning, going the other way. Gets a little bit of a block from Goff.
And rolled up.
Handoff to Gibbs.
Hasn't gotten any treatment from the medical staff, but he was on his left hip. He had a softball.
He's laying on something. They're down in 3. Goff for Laporta. Laporta wide open. First down on another 4th down convert. Here Goff talking to Taylor Decker, his left tackle. This is incomplete. Williams fell down. Oh yeah, he got it.
Nope. Of the fact that they are so aggressive, and more times than not, they tend to deliver.
Purdy has to pull it down. Able to stay up for a moment. Gotta hurry. Timeout is taken on the sideline, I believe.
Delay of
by
game. Offense number 13. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
The guy has been phenomenal. He took the 49ers to the Super Bowl last year. Here's a throw to the sideline. There's Pearsall.
There's a lot, and it's going to be a tough decision for them to make for sure.
Here's Pearsall, who's having a break.
To be weighing on Brock Purdy as well, as knowing how this season unfolded for him and this team.
Here's Kittle. Catch is made down with the official who threw it.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense number 62.
But there are only a small group of quarterbacks.
Here's Jennings. John, see if it was Branch. Brian Branch.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 32.
Excusable, quite honestly.
Play action from Purdy. This is picked. That's Joseph again. His 2nd of the night. Aaron Glenn. The promising drive comes to a screeching halt on the 2nd pick of the night by Kirby Joseph. A Lion in over 40 years.
And then hopefully they can continue to get off the field when they get teams to 3rd down.
Here's a first.
I think he does a good job of putting those players in a position to make those kinds of plays.
Good run here by Reynolds. Play action from Goff, and he's able to find Jamison Williams.
He likes everything about this situation that he's in, and why wouldn't he?
Reynolds.
Team to a couple playoffs, and
here's Laporta.
Third stadium was electric. I mean, it was really something to be a part of.
Here's Gibbs, gets the edge, gets the first down, and the touchdown. Whether any injury issues here tonight, and boy, they came in saying we're going full throttle tonight, even with nothing on.
Body people up, especially down in the red zone. So he's been a really good addition, and he's fit in well.
Debo will give it a go. And Boyd, as Ezekiel Turner and Anthony Pittman combined on the hit. There's the ball out clearly.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by San Francisco. It's first down. He's down by contact upon recovery.
He's got it yet. And Tatum, who was activated today off IR, was touched down. It looked like on the 28. Here's Kittle. He gets a hit in a 12-point game. Here's Garendo. And Kirby Joseph come up with 2 picks. Pressure on Purdy. Able to get out and throw it out of. 2nd and 10 now as Jennings makes the catch. Arnold. And a couple of turnovers in the game.
Yeah, I mean, both offenses, but especially Detroit, been an absolute machine.
I really like what Paz. Pressure and down goes Purdy. And now the Lions fans are having all the fun. Dobbs fires and completes. Jennings is the most important piece of this. This was down inbounds. Here's the hit on Purdy. This is the most important piece of this.
After further review, the runner is ruled inbounds. The game clock should be reset to 1:39. We'll check with San Francisco to see if they want to use a timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff.
Dobbs completes again.
Pretty good guy to go to.
Pressure from behind and now a complete. Purdy with 377 pass yards in this game. Ran for 1 through 2 interceptions. There's Dobbs taking off and he is in. As Dobbs is able to cross the goal line. The extra point, man, is no good from Jake Moody.
Might be. You got to make these hard decisions. And I got to know him well. Would run into him at games.
It's Minnesota, but they played well. And offensively, questions about the health of Brock Purdy after this one. On Saturday, a Week 18 ESPN and ABC doubleheader. Browns and Ravens early, Bengals and Steelers late. This has been a presentation of the NFL on ESPN and ABC. Lions meant it. They come out. They get a win. Time now to send it to Scott Van Pelt.
Joe, thank you very much.